And yes, you're welcome. It's a wonderful day today. Welcome to Prime Sports. My name is Austin Osorens, and this is where sports lives. Yes, yes, yes. The DJ is finally here. Today is the 11th of June, and if you know what that means, it means it's World Cup season. It's beginning today. But before I jump into all that goodness from the World Cup, let me introduce my co-host, co-pilot for today. None other than my brother from the south side of Nigeria, repping the teams you know he reps. Let's make welcome none other than the coach himself, the lawyer himself, the article himself, the politician himself, all that and more. Umwetuk Dixon. Umwetuk. Coach Dixon, welcome to the this is a new style.
Oh, if you are a Manchester United fan, you know Akuna's celebration, where he goes and he does like this.
Wonderful. And as you can see, I did promise you and tell you that we'll be in our new studio. We are in the World Cup studio set. As you can see, proudly sponsored and powered by Pureden. More on that in a second. If you experienced the AFCON, you know exactly where we're going with this, because definitely. This promises to be times 10 of what we saw at AFCON. Anyways, Coach Dixon, before we jump into the World Cup goodness, because the World Cup hasn't even started, it's going to start much later tonight. Before we jump into all that World Cup goodness, we have highlights to talk about. First highlight we saw was Game 4 of the NBA Finals, and shocking turn of events at the end of the game. And it's 3-1. We didn't see that coming. We thought it was going to end 2-2, but it's 3-1. When you have that unique of an opportunity, take it. And the Knicks took it, and they lead 3-1 going into the Game 5. More on that in a second. But of course, the big one was yesterday's friendly game between Portugal and Nigeria. Portugal, world number 5, World Cup bound. They took on the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Very decent display, but many things we've noted. And on that note, Coach Dixon, the floor is open. Your thoughts on all what we watched.
All right. I think, did I say welcome, viewers? Did I say good morning? Okay, let me just say it again. Good morning, viewers. Pastor Austin, good morning. Always great to talk sports. And for lovers of football, for lovers of sports, today is D-Day, just like you said. The first game, we'll be seeing the first game, Mexico versus South Africa.
I don't want to throw random figures, but we have such a huge multitude of Team GB, Great Britain, of Nigerian descent.
Let me tell you, I think it was the World Athletics Championship, 400 meters. We have 5 Nigerians.
None of them running for Nigeria.
None of them were running for I saw Bahrain.
Bahrain with I know that particular athlete.
Bahrain. I saw 3 Nigerians. They were hugging themselves after the race. One was Great Britain, one was Bahrain, I think one was Italy. All Nigerians.
Wow.
400 meters. Guess what? There was no Nigerian that ran that was in that final.
We were there. We just carried the false flag. We were there.
We were there. Well, but I'm just saying.
But I get you 100%.
If you get it right. When it comes to sports,
we are a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, people will see Nigeria. Even people still see Nigeria when Nigeria is on the track or on the field, pitch, anywhere. They still get that shivers like we are a force to reckon with. Just imagine if we get our acts together. Get our acts together. Then you will see that we'll be flying everywhere. But again, let's look at a team that will have more Nigerians probably support. Some people say England, they have Saka and Noni Madueke. Maybe we'll support England.
I was shocked where I saw some Arsenal fans on the Prime Sports group on King's Chat not rooting for England. And I was wondering, I'm like, I don't want to call his name. Highly esteemed Dickie.
Yes, I was shocked.
I'm like, you didn't support your Eberichi?
Kani Chukwuemeka, at a point, had not played for any national team. Austria made
his debut for
Austria. What were we waiting for? I don't know. But
there are different categories. There are some people that we didn't rate enough to poach, and there are the others that they believed in the English dream, and that's why I like players and I appreciate players like Ademola Lookman and Alex Iwobi, especially after he spoke here. We watched his interview yesterday. And congratulations to him also for making his 100th appearance.
I like how he was celebrated. He was given the gift.
Yes,
with 100.
Yes, exactly. So, big ups to players like that who came back home and made it count. We're looking at the likes of what's his name, Fikayo Tomori,
Tammy
Abraham. once upon a time we're like on them. And imagine the impact they would have made. Probably they would have been on their way to the World Cup in the green, white, green. But it is what it is. Sometimes you believe in that dream for so long. Some people will tell you, what did Nigeria do for me to get into where I am? You're right. Some people will say Nigeria is my fatherland. Whether I'm from anywhere else, I will play for Nigeria. You're right. So there's no wrong in this one because, I mean, I cannot argue with Saka for playing for England.
At all.
Where was Nigeria really? You didn't contribute to anything about his development and greatness as it is. So why do you want to suddenly claim because his name is Bukayo Saka, it's a Nigerian name? So
at least one of the things is giving back, some things. Off season, like if you know what the World Cup, we have come. Last season, he came to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Did some charity works and now we left. So these guys, apart from playing for that country, still identify with
Nigeria, 100%. Yes. 100%. Many of them.
The last game I saw, he flew in his grandmother from Nigeria.
Yes.
In his last game, where they won the trophy against Crystal Palace.
Yes.
Right? Or their last home game. I think it was their last
home game
at the Emirates.
At the Emirates, yes.
Yes, he flew his grandmother. So it's someone that still, identify with their road. But we're talking about Nigeria, yesterday's game.
Yes, the friendly game, Portugal-Nigeria. Your thoughts on the game. First of all, your overall thoughts. You want to join in the conversation, you can, the numbers will come on the screen. You can call us. The Prime Sports Scan Me is there. If you're not joining the group, you can let us know your thoughts. I know that this is ICLC season, and some of our usuals are at the ICLC at Ashishi. We'll be joining you in a second. But if you're watching and you want to contribute, you want to react to yesterday's friendly game, I have my own concerns. And I told Coach Dixon, we've talked about it already. I'm glad that we're somehow on the same page. But if you have any concerns, what did you think? It was a good game, in all fairness, but some things could be better. So the numbers on the screen, jump on a call, let us know your thoughts. Send your comments through the Prime Sports group on King's Chat. Coach Dixon, your overall thought on the game before we go into specifics.
I think it was a good game. It was a good game to showcase, what Nigeria can do with, permit me to use the word superpower in football, because you just told them, you just said now they're ranked 5th in the world.
Yeah, Portugal.
So it's not a mean that they were at home. Just not forget, this wasn't a neutral venue.
Mm-hmm. This is Portugal's home.
This is Portugal's home in Lisbon. Had all the fans backing. So let's just put it there. We are an away team. We played away, and we held our own. I know that both teams held back, especially the Nigerian guys. They held back. I think they were professional enough to look at and said, you know what?
Let's not tackle this.
These guys are going for the World Cup. I saw some move and I know Basi with his crunchy tackles. There was one time he went and he had to remove his leg a little bit and went to hug Bruno Fernandes on the ground, lifted him up, tapped him at the back, and they smiled. It just shows you that it was a friendly game. Mm-hmm. Because I know Basi will go harder than that. So I think when it comes to tackle and all that, they were very, very they were holding back because you don't want to ruin the Cristiano Ronaldo or Bruno Fernandes or João Felix World Cup dream.
I'm telling
because you were not going now. Look at
why to break their leg.
You went to break their leg. But if you look at it generally, we held our own, and it still shows you, as much as we missed some key players in this game, like was the Seamen, like the likes of Bright Samuel.
Yes,
Osai Samuel. We met Ademar Lokman, Osimhen. They
still held their own.
Yes.
It's still a decent side, right?
And for me, yes. And for me, one thing I took about this, and I was looking for it, was, people were looking at, they kept saying the philosophy of the coach. And I saw that Eric Chell used an eye line tactics.
Yes.
If you look at the game,
he played a very high line.
And that suffocated the free-flowing
play of Portugal.
Because they want to spread the ball. Vertina was still in the game, he was there, but he didn't have that influence you see when he plays for Portugal or PSG. And that was because of the island. Good. So the good thing about it, what was good about the island is that, we had the younger and fast defenders.
Yes.
If you have a sluggish and slow defender, there's no way you can cope with this island. But again, what he did was actually choked that midfield. There were numbers every time in that midfield. And Portugal weren't there to play their free foot. They had more possession, quite all right, fine. But to neutralize this Portuguese team to score just 2-1. If we had a little better goalkeeping, I didn't say that the goalkeeping wasn't good.
I was coming to that.
But if it was a little better.
Watching the goals we conceded.
Yes, I think would have come up with a 1-1 draw. But Portugal will go back and know that, you know what, they met a very good team in the Super Eagles.
Absolutely.
Because the pressing, if you look at the pressing from top, the eye line and everything, I think it was good. Good save from Maduka Okoye there, even though it was central and coming to him, but yes, he made the save.
Yeah, so for me, I think all-round play, good for the Super Eagles. I think the big concern has to be the goalkeeping again. And Maduka is good. Fantastic goal by Ako, by the way. I mean, to not make the keeper at this distance.
Every game, this guy seems to improve every time in the Super Eagles shirt. One thing, the good thing is that we didn't have Osimhen, but Richard decided to play him at number 9, which he does for his club, Sevilla too. But if Osimhen is there, he can still play as an 8.
Yeah, he can. He's a good
striker. He's a good forward.
Yes.
You know, any place you put him, and he tormented Ruben Diaz from beginning to end with his strength and physicality.
Absolutely.
And if Congo DR are watching, they should be watching the tactics Richard did. I probably do the same against Portugal, because one of the reasons why Portugal put this game
because
they have Congo DR in their group. So
yes,
they are testing their might against African team. So I think Congo DR should look at this game critically. If they can get 1 or 2 things tactically from this game, it should be those long balls into the center of this Portuguese team. But if you look at it, I love what Richard is doing with the boys. They're playing according to how you know that a well-coached team.
Yeah.
They're not all over the place.
Yeah.
They seem to know what they want to do with the ball at every point in time. So for me, I think it was a decent display.
I'm going to read a couple of comments from the Prime Sports group on King's Chat. This people posted this early hours of this morning from yesterday, actually. Pastor Israel Weld Raffles says, beautiful game from Nigeria tonight. Would have loved to see Nigeria at the World Cup. That's what everybody's saying. Fantastic team that's not in the World Cup. Evans Atewe responds and agrees. He says, really would have loved to see Nigeria at the World Cup. There's nothing we can do about that right now, but big ups to the players holding up their own, making us know what we've missed. I think this is just letting us know what we missed, because this is my own thought from the friendly as well. Home game for Portugal, going there to win, to drag it into 2-1. Apart from the goalkeeping, because to me, those 2 goals were similar, both from different sides of the pitch. Similar. It lets us know that we haven't scaled the goalkeeping dilemma just yet for the Super Eagles, because what we saw, the goals conceded were typical league goals. It's what you will expect when you're playing Wolves, when you're playing Burnley, those kind of moves. So as a goalkeeper, you have to. He did well with some shots.
No, he had some saves.
He had some saves, but it brings back those thoughts. What was the reason he was X'd from the team? It was AFCON 2021 against Tunisia. Long range shots into the net. Now this one, he couldn't get down quick enough for the first one. The second one, will I want to exonerate him because there were defenders in his line of sight. But at the end of the day, savable balls, really. For some of the world's best goalkeepers, savable balls, really.
Yeah.
Especially the first goal he conceded. So it brings us back to that question. What are we going to do about our goalkeeping situation?
If you talk that, we can't say there's a crisis there, because when
I didn't say there's a crisis. I'm just saying that the dilemma is not over yet.
People watching that game and people that watched it at real time are probably looking at the highlight and saying, no, he made XYZ saves, which
100%.
rightly says it's good. But I think what you're trying to say is the standard we need to set for ourselves. Maybe that's what you're trying to look at. You're looking at save where a goalkeeper, we have a top-notch goalkeeper that can keep you in the game to draw that game or win you the game.
Thank you. Like David Raya.
Yes, that's what you are looking. I'm sure that's what you are looking for. Yeah, there are saves there and there, which goalkeepers are supposed to make saves. That's why you're in the goalpost anyway. But when it comes to that time where
A 3-point save.
people are saying a worldie,
Yes.
oh, what a save from,
Thank
what a
you.
save,
Thank you.
kept Nigeria in the game.